I hear you niggas talking, well let me talk too. You screaming you killing niggas, well I'm killing too. Lyrics pistols, whatever you wanna call it. Females you think they love you, no they love you cause you ballin'. Set aside all that fuck shit, I want you to know.
Black protester who was at the Capitol riot was arrested and he don't get a bond. All I got to say for him, that's good for you. And another thing, he's not one of us. So even though he has a black face, black skin, he's not from here. He's not one of us. Matter of fact, any Negro who's out there, they deserve to get what they get. Because number one, I think I saw some female, I don't know if that was that particular riot where, you know, the white guy was saving her from getting brutally beaten or whatever because she was out there. You shouldn't be out there. This is not your fight. Why you getting participated? Why you participating in that? And the Lord sent a judgment or a death angel to get you, then hey, it is what it is. And matter of fact, this goes to everybody. Whenever those times come and you try to intervene and you try to save them or try to participate yourself in it, you're going to get what you're going to get because you have no business being there. That's their confrontations. That's their fight. That's their in disagreement. So black people don't have no business to partake in that. And I wish even with the marching that some of our people don't allow them other people to get in because it's all foolishness. If they really want it, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. And this is real talk right here. Let me help y'all understand something. You see all these groups supposedly protesting when they have like this black protests. You see Caucasian people, whatever, mainly them, you see them in whatever. Now, let me explain something to you knuckleheads out there and you busters who, well, they out there marching and everything. Let me tell you something now. And I'm saying that so many times because you better hear this shit. If they were so concerned, why haven't they gathered up an organization? Why haven't they put together a union? Why haven't they put together a group? Why haven't they showed us? Because they know what to do to get laws passed. And they're very, very informational. I'm going to give them that. And this is what I'm saying. How is it that they're not doing such thing, but yet in your eyes, you think they're being a part of it? They love us, whatever. If they love us, get a group together, an organization together, help educate us how to go about politics, laws, and whatsoever. And the LGB, if they're the powers for what's been saying is behind this Black Lives Matter protest, and this is what I'm saying. Although you got all these people participating in it, but let's say this: if that's the case, why aren't these same people showing or putting together an organization for black people and teach them about the politics, politicians, how to pass laws, how to get laws passed and vote? Because a lot of us don't know this, but they do. If it was really love. If it was love, why aren't they sending out a stimulus check? I mean, who's really concerned about the stimulus check, in your opinion? You hearing other people talk about it? So why don't you probably only hearing the slaves talking about it. So if the money's going out to the slaves, they're gonna deny it. And they're gonna play these little games, Biden talking about they're not gonna pass it. The same thing with Obama when Niggas were talking about Obama can't do nothing because the people won't let him. Then why are you voting? And why are you running for a presidency? Especially if you thinking that you're going to go and help us. Why are you doing it? Why going to vote if he can't do? If you got people up there putting out this and, oh, he's not going to do it, or Congress don't want to sign it. How you know that's not word of mouth? How is it that they so quick to pass these other things get passed done, and then they want to use this excuse that Congress won't? Congress has been the scapegoat, I believe, in some of these opinions and things to pass laws and whatever may be the case. Maybe your politicians don't want to do it. How about that? How about Biden don't want to sign nothing to give you the stimulus check because he knows it's going to go out to these niggas? How you know that? Well, how don't you know that? Well, how you know that? I mean, you go check his record towards blacks. I mean, we can say the same thing with Obama. Oh, they won't let Obama do this. They won't let Obama do that. But he the same dude who said when people was out there protesting about the innocent guy being killed by the police, he called all the black people out there thugs. Everything is suspiciously back to normal, it seems. People are stealing the vaccines and trying to get that paper. And you know it's not us. You now all of a sudden don't hear any people that they were so upset about the inauguration and storming the Capitol, doing it for show. And it's mighty strange that these people will broadcast themselves. They will broadcast themselves on social media. But when it's all said and done, none of them are on Instagram. None of them are doing any of this kind of things, right? Nothing at all. Right? So where are they? You know, when we get at niggas, each other, you know, we on there flashing pistols, flashing guns. Yeah. You know what it be. So where are they? Why haven't they went on the Instagram and did all these things? What's really happening? Now, I was just out and about driving around and seeing the businesses up, running, and the Walmarts, the pub, you know, all these little spots, you know, people going to them every day. Not everything is fully 100%. But I just thought about something. And my question, a lot of you probably haven't really observed or had the privilege to look at it in this light. Who's really running the country? Who's really running the states? And you mean to tell me, since these white folks with guns, these white supremacist people, showing up at the governors demanding open up the states, and all these people talking about open up the states, now all of a sudden you open up the states? Like, who's really running this thing? Now, I look at the position of the governors, right? And I always speculated that the governors are like the presidents of the states. And then you have your mayors, which you got niggas who are mayors, people with black skin who are mayors. Really the do boys or the servants of the governors. And most of the governors in point of view are possibly supremacist organizational type of people. Perhaps maybe not all, But in those hillbilly states, I believe this could be sincerely true. Just as we mentioned about the case with the young guy who got shot by the two father and the son, hadn't this really got forward, it would have been just a green light to say that they can do this. And I'm still not convinced they're going to be under judgment of the system. Publicly, they've been arrested. And we all will forget this. And we will forget about all this when it's all said and done. Now, this is what I guess a lot of us are not seeing, this behavior among the powers to be and among those black faces. And we'll think in our minds that, yeah, they got him, that's good. Not knowing that you're dealing with the deceiver. This power structure is just that. Those who uphold it is just that. So, the governors are the presidents of the states. That's his state. He make the rules on what so and so and so in his state. He's the king of his state, if you will. The mayor, the commissioners, and all these little other parts and all this other stuff, they're pretty much his do boy. At the end of the day, he gets to say so at the end of the day. He's the boss. In case some of you didn't know that. And it's why I always looked at our black people who are in these positions of power narrowly. I mean, I've looked at them sideways and wonder why they're not really doing positions of what they're supposed to do. If the cops are involved in some shooting and you have a mayor of a state, he's not saying anything about it, and he's supposed to be over the police departments, over the chief, over the sergeant, over that part, that district. You understand what I'm saying? So they are just being as what it is. When I said I had a video and they have no power, they really don't have any power to do what they want or need to do. They don't have that. So the supremacist that is over them, he makes the rules. Or they lose their job or whatever may be the case. Recently, I had a discussion with somebody, and the way I was talking, and I guess he said, well, you just don't vote then. I say, why? You got to have an agenda to vote. He agreed, yeah. But as I explained to them, like I explained in some of my videos about these passing of bills and getting these laws moved and getting so-and-so put in order to do such a thing. And I told him, I said, okay, well, if it's not passing, like if we wanted to get the 3-strike law, right? Because we know most other niggas are pretty much, we're the one victims of that thing that Biden and them put in place, and Clinton's and all the other stuff. And we press a politician about if he's going to do it or whatever. That's an agenda. Now, you mean to tell me they won't pass that, but they will pass that in order to get niggas locked up forever? So I asked him, in that aspect, why vote? If they can't approve your agenda, what you're trying to better your own people, like they have bettered everybody else in particular, we can say that, by these laws and so that they put in place for them. And here we're not just talking about Caucasian people. I'm just saying other people coming into this country and otherwise. You can make a law to protect tourists. You can't make a law to protect us. That if we are wrongly killed, that you mean to tell me we can't put a bill to a politician to write a bill up, or we write the bill and we present it to our politician who want us to vote for him, and to say that if any police shoot us, you know what I mean, not having a probable cause or whatever may be the case, that police will face 10 years off top. Let's just say that, 10 years. That'll be a penalty. You see what I'm saying? So these are laws been put into place. Like when you steal movies from copyright infringement and all the other stuff, they have this, you know, this a law that's written that 10 years in jail. Oh, you seen those laws, $5,000 fine or persecuted for jail time. You see what I'm saying? These are laws. So you mean to tell me we can't put an agenda in place to oppress a politician who wants our votes, to put that through, and you mean to tell me that it won't pass, they won't pass it? So why are we voting? You see what I mean? Why are we voting if what we need to help us and benefit us, as well as other people have benefited from their own laws, and you mean to tell me they won't pass it? They won't pass Congress? So why are we voting? And that's the viewpoint that I give him. He couldn't say anything. A guy, I brought up this before. Man, we got to vote. We're in the ghetto. We got to vote. We got to vote. We got to vote. I say, motherfucker, you looked around here lately? Minimum wage is still $7 an hour in Florida. I told him that. He paused. Like he had a demon on him. He had to shake. He couldn't believe that it was said. You see what I'm saying? So we can't be caught up in our feelings. But anyway, you mean to tell me that these people with guns came to the Congress office and all this other stuff and demanding to open up the states, and now you opening up the states? It makes me wonder, and it should make you wonder as well. What the hell is this? What is this illusion that we're looking under? Because I pointed out, if we came in there and we asked for so and so, you know, the governor or the governor pretty much wouldn't give orders to the mayor to give order to the police department chiefs to stand down. That order would have came from up top, and hey, what's going on down there? Get some police out there right now, so and so and so. And that's what happened if that was us out there with those kind of guns, with that artillery, with permission to hold, you know, we have permits or whatever. You see? And this is what I'm explaining. So maybe it can open up your eyes, because this is probably why YouTube put who knows what goes on. You know, there's a firewall in computers that it blocks so and so from going into your computer. YouTube, they have this firewall too. They can allow what can be played and what cannot be played, or they can control the views as well. They can take away your subscribers. They can take away your likes. You see what I'm saying? They can give you likes. This is what they do for certain individuals in some cases. You see? So I just wanted to share this viewpoint with you listeners, in case you're gullible in unbelief, not seeing these things for what it is. This is what it is. Now you got lines in Walmart going in 20 at a time now. How long this is going to be able to keep up? This is ridiculous. Just because the people with guns demanded you to open up, you're the governor, and so on, and you doing that. So all of a sudden, all the states want to open who basically are part of that group. Secretly. This is why they lay low key. You don't recognize that there's so many of them. They're the ones who are running some of these companies. So when you think about these people giving tax breaks to these people, that's who they're giving tax breaks to. The owner of the company. These are your owners. The one who tells the governor what to do with their guns. Open up the state. We need this money to come in. And they're going to open it up. For the white blame. And yet they do bring upon a lot of these black faces to come out and speak out, or whatever the case is, or, you know, we're urging the schools to reopen, the teachers to report back to schools. You have black faces making that argument out, but yet they don't really have the power. So they are black faces for the blame of white mess ups or white blame, period. And they don't have any power. They don't have any authority. They are what you call the do boys. Those who are do what they're told to do. And this is what is occurring. This is what's been occurring when you see black faces speak up about anything major, because they really, when it's time for them to show up to talk about something major, they don't show up. So whenever it's a white blame, they send them out. Observe that. This is the Blacks Real Talk 101, a Gangster channel. Remember what I told you. Holla.